Live, it is Our Town, Cerro Gordo. We are here enjoying ourselves on what is actually a beautiful afternoon that's turned into a nice evening out here. All I can say is it's a lot cooler than it was 2 weeks ago, the last time we were doing in Our Town. Let's take a look at those temperatures right now. Readings are in the mid-80s, 84 in Champaign. It's 85 degrees in Decatur right now, and skies are continuing to stay clear. I look up, I see a few fair weather cumulus clouds out there. No issues as we go throughout tonight. Those temperatures are going to stay very comfortable. Readings in the low 70s by 9 o'clock. We'll hit the 60s again by 11 p.m. A beautiful evening shaping up. An even better weekend, but it does warm up. We'll talk about those temperatures in the forecast coming up as we come to you live from Our Town, Cerro Gordo. WCIA 3 News starts right now.
You're watching your local news leader live from Our Town, Cerro Gordo. This is WCIA 3 News at 5.
Yes, welcome again to Our Town, Cerro Gordo. I'm Paul Cicchini.
And I am Emily Braun, and this is truly a glorious day. Not only is it bright outside, it is a bright start to this event, and we have so much to show you during this half hour.
Yeah, and look at this awesome turnout. There are so many people here, and as Kevin mentioned, it is just a perfect day. And we have so much, as you mentioned, to show you. And one of the things that we're going to talk about in just a few minutes is a food drive here that is so important to the community.
Absolutely, and not just that, we've got a contest coming up with twins. We're going to tell you which identical twins are going to take the cake, so that'll be really interesting.
And you might not be able to see it from where we are right now, but down at the other end of the block, we've got a band. We're going to catch up with them a little bit later in the show and hear from them, not just their words, but also their music.
So definitely a lot to get to, not just here, but on our news at 6 as well. But first, before we get to all of the Our Town excitement, we're going to catch up with Jessica Coons with the news of the day. Jessica?
Emily and Paul, thank you. We start with an update in the case of Yingying Zhang. An attorney for Zhang's family says investigators may be able to find her remains in Vermilion County. Zhang was killed 2 years ago. She was a visiting Chinese scholar at the U of I. Brent Christensen was sentenced to life in prison in July for her murder. WCIA 3's Courtney Bunting is in the newsroom tonight. Courtney, we've been told over and over again that investigators could not find her.
Yeah, Jessica, at least a dozen of them testified during the trial saying her remains were not found. Her family said finding her remains and returning them to China is the only thing that would bring them closure. Christensen was sentenced on July 18th. Zhang's family's attorney, Steve Beckett, says a week later they met with prosecutors. Those prosecutors told them Christensen's defense team gave them information under a grant of immunity. That information could lead someone to believe that Zhang's remains are in a landfill in Vermilion County. I looked more into this and called each of the landfills in Vermilion County I could find. All of them are connected to Republic Services. I contacted that company, but they declined to comment. A press conference with more details is scheduled for sometime next week. Live in the newsroom, Courtney Bunting, WCIA 3, your local news leader.
All right, Courtney, keep us updated. Thank you. A memorial for Zhang's family scheduled for Monday in Savoy has been postponed at this time. The lead pastor says the service should be rescheduled in the next few weeks. They could not go into detail about why it's being postponed. New at 5, police responded to a car that drove into a Champaign store today. This happened at the Big Lots on Springfield Avenue. An ambulance was on scene, and our crew saw one person handcuffed and put into the back of a squad car. No word at this time if anyone was hurt. We have a follow-up from last night. It could be some time before we know the identity of a truck driver killed yesterday in Vermilion County. Vermilion County Coroner Jane McFadden tells us the remains have yet to be identified. Two semis collided in the westbound lane of I-74 right before the Oakwood exit. They caught fire. Police say no one else was hurt. A teenager was shot in Danville last night. Police say this happened near Main and State Streets. A 19-year-old showed up at the hospital saying he was walking near Main and State when he heard gunshots and realized he'd been shot. Police say he didn't know who fired the gun, and he is expected to be okay. It's a big night in Macon County as the 34th annual Decatur celebration officially opens. The gates opened about 4.5 minutes ago, actually. There's food, fun, and music for the next 3 days. There are 8 stages with dozens of vendors. The celebration runs until Sunday night. All right, we're going to head back out to Our Town, Cerro Gordo for the celebration there. So, Paul, who are you with?
All right, Jessica, thank you so much. I'm here with Shannon Luthi. So, Shannon, thank you so much for joining me. We are out in front of a bus, which you just mentioned to me, and you can see has some room in it, and you are trying to fill this up.
Yeah, we are trying to get the bus filled before 7 o'clock when it pulls out to drop off all of these donations at our 2 local food pantries. And so we would urge everybody to come out. You still have time to fill this bus all the way up before it takes off.
And it's not just food that you're accepting, but people can also make monetary donations?
Absolutely. Monetary donations are always a good thing. For every $1 that you donate, it's worth $10 of food to a food pantry. So monetary donations are always accepted as in lieu of food.
And what kind of donations are you looking for?
Obviously non-perishable items, but we also have a lot of personal hygiene items that people can't get through other avenues when they're in need, and so we would like to fill that need as well. So, you know, toiletries, deodorants, shampoos, all of the necessities is also a need.
And lastly, if people can't make it down, how else can they give?
If they can't make it down, there's always opportunities for volunteering. There's a lot of help that is needed in getting the food off of the food trucks when they come in and getting them out and ready for people to pick up. We do pick up the first Saturday of the month in LaPlace and in Cerro Gordo. So if somebody wanted to come out and help get that food out and available for people for pickup, that would be awesome as well.
All right, Shannon, thank you so much. And everybody come on down here and help us fill up this truck. Thank you so much. All right, Emily.
I'm feeling a little bit lonely over here, Paul, because I'm the only one in this picture who is not a twin. So we're going to introduce you to all of these twins here and tell you what makes them so special coming up after the break.
Live from your local news leader, Jennifer Roscoe, Paul Cicchini, and Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Kevin Lighty. This is WCIA 3 News at 5, live from our town, Cerro Gordo.
All right, well, here's something to cluck about. We've got a bunch of twins on this stage. I cannot believe it. I don't think I've ever seen this many twins together in my life. This is really cool. Take a look at all of these people. We're going to introduce you to each one, but let's start with our littlest right here. So what's your name?
Peyton.
Peyton. Nice to meet you, Peyton. And what's your name?
Paxton.
Paxton. Okay, so they are set one. What we're going to do, we're going to introduce you to each of these sets of twins, and then my audience back here, I'm going to have you guys cheer when I hold my hands over each set of twins, and whoever cheers the loudest, that is going to be our winner for today. But first, let's keep introducing her. What's your name?
My name is Stephanie.
And?
I'm Stacy.
All right, set number 2. All right, how about you?
Headline.
And?
We were Meyerholz. We were Meyerholz girls.
All right. Thank you. All right, let's start with you guys next.
Amanda Rinker.
Okay, and who's your twin?
Aaron Downs.
All right, okay, and you guys in the back here. I'm going to make my way back here.
Dave Ridgway.
And?
Dennis Ridgway.
Okay, and?
Diana Thomas.
Donna Thomas.
Gavin Konauer. Mason Konauer.
Linda Tierpak. Roger Martin.
All right. Okay, so let's start this contest, shall we? Are we including the chickens? Oh, but babies. Oh, my gosh. All right, let's make our way down here for a second. What are their names?
Hadley.
And?
This is Riley.
Okay, all right, let's start with the children first. Woo! Setting the bar high. Okay. All right, how about these guys? All right, number 3. The boys? Okay, all right. I'd say these two are tied so far. All right, how about these women back here? Okay, next. Just kind of make my way. Oh, he's holding a dollar bill. He's trying to bribe y'all. All right, you guys. And last but not least. All right, so we've got a tie between the boys and the babies. All right, let's hear for the boys again. And the babies. All right, I think these guys are the winner. All right, congratulations. We've got the winners of the Twins contest, and they could not be cuter. How cool. How cool is it to celebrate not just siblings, but twins at that? You've got a best friend for life. All right, so with that, we are going to send things over to the break.
Now, Central Illinois' most accurate forecast with meteorologist Kevin Lighty.
You know, they come out here, they plan a bunch of things, and then I go and I find the things that they didn't quite catch. And of course, I found free ice cream.
Yes, you did.
We got Jason here, the Schwann's man.
How we doing?
Good, man. You're just giving away free ice cream here.
Oh, yes, I am. Good.
There's nothing better than seeing that Schwann's truck coming down the road on a hot summer day. Right?
Oh, yes, sir. Nothing better.
All right, what are you gonna get, Paul? You got choices here. What are you gonna get?
I think the classic vanilla nut sundae cone.
Okay, I'm taking that Patriot Pop down there. I want that. Yeah, I got that Patriot Pop. Hey, so I don't know how I'm going to do maybe I should make you do the weather because now I've got to.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Appreciate it. Oh, yeah. Look what's right over here. You know, my newfound fascination are all these water towers. Sarah Gordo's water tower. Don't worry, guys. We're going to get that footage for you guys going here for too long. So we got ice cream and we got water towers. Well, there's nothing better than that.
Nope.
All right, let's talk about this beautiful weather. We've got clear skies, lots of sunshine. Things looking really good. Temperatures in the mid-80s right now. 85 in Decatur, which is just west of our location here. We're finding temperatures that are going to be staying into the upper 50s tonight for an overnight low once again. So very, very comfortable stuff. Highs tomorrow are going to be back into the mid-80s, maybe a degree or two warmer than what we had today, which has been just really nice. You can see those Yourcast high temperatures, 85 indicator. We're going to go with 85 in Sullivan, 86 over around the Shelbyville area. So it's going to be a nice weekend, dry for both days on Saturday and Sunday. So if you've got plans, hitting up the lake, local parks, maybe go to the Decatur celebration, any of that looks to be just perfect for us. Now those high temperatures are going to start to come back up just a little bit more, with readings getting close to 90 as we head into early next week. The nice thing is we don't have any rain in the forecast this weekend, Monday or Tuesday. We are going to bring back that rain late Tuesday night and into the day on Wednesday. So your forecast for tonight down to a low of 59 degrees, clear, still comfortable. Tomorrow a high temperature topping out at 86. Just another day, just a tad bit warmer. And your 7-day forecast showing the very calm, dry conditions for us late Tuesday night into the day on Wednesday. Showers and thunderstorms may be coming back into the forecast. Okay, we're back out here live, and we've got Paul Cicchini here with us. Paul, how's the ice cream going? I haven't even
pretty good so far.
You talk. I'm done talking.
All right, so coming up next, you can see the band is setting up behind us. We are going to catch up with the Sunset Strip Band. After this, stick around. We have more from our town, Cerro Gordo.
Local news leader. Our town, Cerro Gordo, continues now.
Oh, me too. All right, welcome back to our town, Cerro Gordo. I am here with Sebastian from the Sunset Strip Band. Thank you very much for being here.
We're happy to be here, man.
All right, so tell me a little bit about your band. What kind of music do you play?
Party music, anything that gets people moving.
Well, you got to get the people moving here in just a minute. So introduce your band really quickly.
Okay, we've got our bass player, Sanchez. We got Ricky behind the drums. And we got Dive Bomb over here on guitar. And I am Sebastian.
All right, so what's the first song you're going to play?
We're going to play Panama by Van Halen.
All right, how about you do it right now?
Let's rock and roll.
Let's rock and roll with Sunset Strip Band here in our town, Cerro Gordo.
Cerro Gordo continues here on WCIA 3 News, your local news leader.
Hello and welcome back to our town, Cerro Gordo, where we are standing under the shade because it's summer, it's pretty hot out, and we're talking about something you probably don't need during this season, but it's something that definitely makes a beautiful addition to your home no matter what season it is. So I am here with Suzanne Sadie, and she is a part of a quilting group. So first of all, I'm looking at a couple of different quilts you have here on display. How does your group determine what kind of quilt to make next and what the design is going to be?
Well, I think that's just they look around and they're seeing if there's anything out there that they are particularly interested in, and if they do, then they'll bring it to the group, and then they'll have a sew day, and they'll decide this is what we want to do. We're working on a quilt for a member that's moved, so putting that together for her, a wall hanging for that, and I think that it's just kind of whatever anybody finds an interest in. So,
about how many quilts do you make in a typical year?
There are about 25 or 30 people who are part of the group, so probably each one would probably make, I don't know, 2 or 3, maybe a year.
Wow. Okay.
So I've only been with the group for 6 months. I just moved to Cerro Gordo from Washington, D.C.
And what's it like working on this project together and kind of sharing this passion for arts and crafts?
Well, that is the part. I think these are 25 ladies who have the biggest hearts that I've ever seen. So they're not only about things for their families, they're making memories for their families, and they're, that's kind of the history of quilting is young ladies would make the quilt tops before they were married, and then once they were engaged, they would finish them off. So they do have that for their memories, but I think the really important thing is there's a lot of outreach that this group does, so there are a lot of quilts that they'll put together that they'll donate to children's homes and different things like that. And when you look at that outreach, there's a lot of other outreach that they do as well.
Yeah, so let's take a look at some of the work that you've done over there and just kind of tell us what other things besides quilts that you guys do.
Right. So they have made some quilts for Alzheimer's patients, the fidget quilts, so that they have something kind of tactile to keep them, to keep their interest as they're going through their day. They also did a lot for women who've had mastectomies to have the drainage bags so that they don't pull on the stitches. So that's a really important thing for the community. They've also done some things they're called walker bags to put on individuals' walkers or on their wheelchairs so that they have a place to put the things that they need. They've also done little dresses for Africa, which are pillowcase dresses that they send off so that they can be used for young children or older girls as blouses. And today we're also working on some dog beds, reusable dog beds for the shelters in the area. So that's a big project as well.
Wonderful. Passion for a cause. I love it. Thank you so much for joining us and telling us about this.
Thank you for your interest.
Of course. We'll be back with more Our Town Cerro Gordo after the break.
We're doing some taste testing here. This is the
Rock the Crock.
Rock the Crock.
Rock the Crock.
Yes. So they're just eating.
Okay.
So,
this is already going to be a tough call because those ribs that I just had were so good.
Oh.
That might actually be a winner because I was really craving ribs.
Wait, are those?
There's a bunch of different stuff here.
Crock pot pizza. This is ribs. There's ribs, and this is sweet and savory chili.
All right, I had to try the
Kevin,
chili.
you're going to have to try 2, I think.
Well, now that I heard that there's ribs, I think I might.
This is how Channel 3 closes the show with taste testing. I love it.
We close the show eating food.